Hello friends, today I'll talk on AMH. What is AMH? Anti-Mullerian hormone. It is one of the most accurate tests to assess a woman's ovarian reserve. AMH can be measured at any point of woman's menstrual cycle. So it is a cycle independent blood test. We should also know what is follicle stimulating hormone, which is short formed as FSH. It is also another important method of ovarian reserve testing. So what is FSH? It is a gonadotropin hormone which is produced in the pituitary gland that aids in the production of eggs in women and sperms in the men. Yeah, so it is present in both men and women. In women, FSH plays an important role in the growth of follicles and also in the maturation of the oocytes. Those are the eggs. The number and the quality of eggs a woman can produce is a key factor in determining whether she can conceive with her own eggs or will need to use what we call as donor eggs, that is from a donor. So this is the basic thing which is we can think about FSH and AMH. FSH also plays an important role in the folliculogenesis, that is a process in which the follicle grows from about 2 to 9 millimeters stage to almost a 2 centimeter stage. It encourages the granular cells, which are the cells that surround and support the eggs. It recruits multiple immature eggs into maturation process. FSH also promotes the development of antral follicles, more developed follicles which are closer to being ready for ovulation. Because of the many roles it plays during folliculogenesis, FSH affects the number and the quality of follicles and eggs a woman produces during a given cycle. So what do we do in IVF? In IVF cycles also, the same FSH which is endogenously produced is administered during ovarian stimulation phase to encourage multiple follicles to develop and mature so that many eggs are available for retrieval for the pickup and for after pickup for fertilization. So AMH and FSH levels are used in a combination to get a better picture of a patient's overall ovarian reserve, as each hormone itself reflects the follicles in the ovaries at different stages of the development of the follicles. So now we've gotten a bit gist of it. So typically FSH and AMH levels move in the opposite direction as the woman ages. That means with the AMH going down, the FSH keeps on going up, indicating that the age-related natural deterioration of the ovarian reserve is happening in the woman. So a low level of AMH and a high FSH levels are indicator of diminished ovarian reserve, which is a decline in the ovaries to produce a good quality eggs. We call it as a DOR or diminished ovarian reserve is one of the major causes of infertility among women. This we have to see and note every time because many of the patients are coming up with DOR. Whereas in the reverse, the patients with high AMH can signal polycystic ovaries, while the low levels of AMH is usually accompanied by the high FSH. When a woman's AMH levels are normal or high and her FSH levels are also high, this can signal into what we call it as hypoandrogenic PCOS, a relatively new type of PCOS that the Center of Human Reproduction Researchers were first to identify. And this is very important in diagnosing the PCOS of this subtype. Now AMH levels are often measured along with this FSH levels. However, AMH and FSH levels have a very important differences in between the two, as we all know. So AMH levels can be measured at any time of a given time of the menstrual cycle, but FSH hormone has to be measured on a specific day in the cycle, that is almost from day 2 to day 4 of the cycle. AMH appears to be a better predictor of pregnancy chances than the FSH. Why? Because it tells about the overall ovarian reserve. This is according to the recent research which has been published. And it has been reported that, however, that AMH loses its ability of prognostic ability in a woman above the age of 42. But although it remains a more reliable predictor than FSH alone. So we should have a two-pronged approach by doing AMH level as well as FSH level. So a low AMH levels and high FSH levels can vary greatly according to the person tested and their age factors. Now coming to the AMH levels, they also reflect how many very immature eggs are on the deck to start the journey towards the maturation. So while the FSH levels reflect that eggs that are currently going through the process of maturation, that's very important, and this will be available for ovulation, or what we call it as egg retrieval, in an IVF cycle through an IVF procedure. This is very important again. So we have gone through all these things, and I hope it helps you out to know what is the AMH levels, what is the FSH level. There are various charts of AMH which are divided according to their age groups and also correlation with their antral follicle counts. They will be helpful to prognosticate the patients and decide which patient requires the IVF treatment at the earliest. Thank you for this.